That's what it's looking like. Snoo. Today we're going to be continuing our mission to convert this little boat into a mean bass fishing machine. So right now we have the basis for the front framing done. Going to work on extending this out over the rear bench, and this is so that when it's all said and done, the casting deck will be completely level when on the water. So we've got an 1.25 inch riser. We're going to continue that 1.25 inch all the way to the end of the bench. I know what this thing is going to look like in the end. You guys are going to be here along for the ride. It's going to be an amazing build. Enough talking, let's get into it. I've laid 2 tracks down, and I'll go ahead and finish riveting in both tracks all the way across. And what I'll do is rivet another angle aluminum along both rails right here to create a lip. And that lip will be where the hatches sit and the deck flooring sit. Part of the reason why this is such a headache is that the riser is only 1.25 inches high, meaning I need to raise the deck up 1.25 inches from the bench, and I don't have any 1.25 inch angled aluminum. I haven't been able to find that in 1/16. I have 1.5 inches, so that means I have to cut special cuts for each piece of aluminum that I'm using here. These are cut to 1/4 inch, these are cut to 1/4 inch, including the little angle brackets I'll make here to be able to attach the angle aluminum here. It's pretty much a headache right now just to get it done, but in the end it's going to be sweet. It's going to be all level and very secure. So that's part of the issue with this. I mean, if I got lucky, this would have needed to be 1.5 inches exactly, and I would have been great, but doesn't always work out that way. All good. We're going to work it out anyway, but that's the plan. I got that side done. I wanted to at least do 1 strip first just to make sure that it will work. So I got this side in. This side, I'm gonna go with countersink rivets because this is the side where the hatch will be resting on. All right, so the first strip is in, and I'm really liking how this is turning out. Using the countersink rivets is a hit. This is the first time I'm doing it. Again, I'm using new techniques on this boat that I did not do on my boat, and this is going to come out really awesome. What I want to do right now is plane this down, and I'm going to use a angle grinder to sand this down, and sanding down this bracket will make it so that it's completely flush with the deck right here. And this will account for the little variations between the aluminum, because of course this is all aluminum angle, so as you're riveting stuff, and again the surface right here only had maybe 1/4 inch worth of truly flat surface on the bench. As you rivet onto that, some of the brackets tilted a little bit, which created a little height variance. So I'm just gonna account for that and fix that and just shave this down. Right here is totally flush. Right here I've got a little lip here, maybe 1/8 inch I need to shave down. So I'm just gonna plane it down, make sure it's all level going all the way across. Instead of running beams all the way across, I'm actually going to only run 1 beam going across that end over there where the light is, and used foam board for the rest. And what I mean by that is I'll basically be framing up a piece of board which will serve 2 purposes. 1, the board is just the right height to support the decking, and 2, buoyancy. Of course, foam helps boats float in case you need it. Hopefully you never will. I think that'll be a perfect solution for supporting the deck and also adding foam and keeping weight down off the boat. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I like that. So you can see on this side, I've already pushed it in underneath. So right now it's slid underneath this piece that'll hold it in place. There's already a perforated cut right here. I think I want to cut that here because ultimately I need to put a piece of angle right there, and I can't rivet it in on the inside with the foam in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this, slide out this piece, and then finish it up. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just making L-shaped brackets so I have something to rivet into the frame with. And one thing I love about 1/16 inch is it's thin enough so you can literally bend this by hand so you can get it in the exact shape, form you need for the job. This worked out really good. Countersunk rivets are in, completely flush against the frame. We'll just put the foam back inside. All right, the foam is in there. It's a tight fit, which is what I wanted. I use a screwdriver to wedge it all in, so it's in there really tight. Last step will be to put a strip of angle aluminum right across here. That will be what the hatch will ultimately be riveted into, and will also provide stability for the flooring. So just thinking ahead, one of the things I have to consider when deciding where to rivet on this rail right here is where I'll need to run the tracks for the two hatches that will be right here. Wherever I run those tracks, I'll need to attach those to this piece right here, and I can't rivet where my track will be, else I won't have any place to rivet. So I will be measuring this up and getting an estimate to where my hatch openings will be, and make sure that I rivet outside of where I'll need to rivet the hatch support and the deck extension, because right now the next step for me is to frame up the deck extension that'll come off here and down. I'll be coming out 13.5 inches out with the deck extension minimally. The hatch will rest again against this top piece right here, and it's a 12-inch opening and then another 1.5 inches for the track around the hatch. But for now, I'm just gonna do a rough estimate of where those tracks will be and rivet this railing in away from those marks. All right, so right now I just have preliminary measurements of where I'll have tracks going that will support the deck extension. So I just put blue tape over where right now I'm saying I don't want to rivet into on this side. I may add rivets more later once I actually start to build out the deck extension, but for now I'm going to drop 4 rivets in, countersunk rivets on this side just to hold this in place, and add more rivets once I get the extension done and see what I'm working with. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and call it a day. All right, this looks good. All said and done. Middle deck riser is in place and even has foam. Love implementing new techniques into my boat builds. This is a great option when trying to keep your deck level from front to back. So building a bench riser may be a perfect option depending on your boat. Want to take time to say congratulations and give a big shout out to Stanley McLaughlin, who won the awesome killer bait giveaway. So shout out to you. We ran this giveaway for the entire month of February. This was a joint giveaway with Amp Fishing. Check out Amp Fishing on Instagram. He's also got a YouTube channel coming soon. I'll leave a link in the description below. This guy catches awesome fish. Might have to take a trip to Indiana this summer. The next video, guys, will be on doing the deck extension. It'll be an integration between extending the deck and building in 2 additional hatches into the boat. Part of this process, and will be a first time for me you'll get to witness, will be riveting through the sides of the boat to create side railings that will ultimately support the decking. So stick around. If you're new to this build, hit the link below. Full playlist in the link below for this build, as well as my previous build. As always, we want to thank each and every one of you for supporting the channel. We're looking forward to the 2021 season. As always, guys, stay safe out there. See you on the next video.